to the AVP Wargamer channel, where we mostly talk about Aliens vs. Predator. Mostly. And today we're going to talk about my new Colonial Marines army for Warhammer 40K, done in the theme of the Colonial Marines. And we're going to talk about the Alien roleplay game and why I like it. And we're going to have my print of the day, which is the Giga Rusty Tank by Gamza Miniatures. Okay, welcome back, AVP Wargamers. So today I want to talk about one of my new obsessions, which is building a Colonial Marines army for Warhammer 40K, but I'm going to do it in the style of the Colonial Marines. Now, in this army, I have been collecting and painting for a very long time. I have with me some of these little armor personnel carriers from the movie Aliens. This is from the Cinemachines by, I believe it was NECA. That released some of these die-cast models. I also have some older miniatures. Here's a Coruscant Miniatures solid resin APC. And then as I was collecting this stuff, I was like, you know, when you're playing Warhammer 40K, you're pretty much playing Colonial Marines when you're playing the Imperial Guard. So for my Imperial Guard army, or Astra Militarum, whatever you want to call them, I've decided to make my own, not using Games Workshop miniatures, but using miniatures from other companies. Now, this is from Gamza, Commissar Gamza, who has a Patreon, where he releases these awesome tank models. And so I'm just going to kind of go through them all, kind of show you them. These I printed. I didn't change the scale at all. I just printed them as they were. And they come out, you can get them hollowed or pre-hollowed, and then they're modular. So you'd print up the base, and then you have different tops that you can put on them. They also have the Rusty Tank, which is this one. So it looks like a Lehman Russ battle tank. And they have different sponson options and different turret options. So pretty fun. So these are great proxies for the game. They also have some of these mortars. Now this one misprinted. Now, none of these are done being painted. I'm still working on them. But this got misprinted. He was missing the leg. This had a big crack in it. And so what I did is I covered it with, what this is paper towel. Paper towel dipped in white glue. And I draped it off the top. And it kind of looks like some camo netting. So pretty good. Yeah, his foot misprinted too. So I just shoved it in there. You can see where it broke off. Just shoved it in there, so he's just standing in the camo. So you don't have to throw away your prints when you print them. You might as well just repair them. Now here's some other ones from Reptilian Overlords. I got my little bug stomper symbol I put on there. But this tank was a lot bigger than I thought it would be. This one's pretty cool too. I'll put a link to their company too. I really like these. And this company actually has their own line of jungle warriors, which look like Catachan jungle fighters. They're pretty cool. All right, here's another one. This one turned out perfect. This again is a Commissar Gamza one. I just got to finish painting it. And here's another one of those other tanks. And that guy was from a completely different company, which name eludes me at this moment, but there's so many companies out there that print pretty awesome miniatures. And let's just, and then I'm going to show you, this is my drop ship from Aliens. This is hard resin. I did not 3D print this one. This one was produced by Protos Games, and it's no longer in print. There are people out there that are still selling them, and you might be able to get a hold of one. I know some people in the AVP Wargamer Facebook group that have some to sell. You just gotta join the Facebook group, put a post saying, hey, I want to get one of these, how much? And you know, these are expensive, but you know, there might be some people that might have one. They might be willing to get rid of them. Oh, this tank is really cool. This tank is actually from the dollar store. This is just a cheap plastic tank, but it paints up really nicely. So this one actually was really fun. And I've got two of them. This one I started painting up too. But this is just a cheap plastic tank with silly wheels on it. You can actually rev this one up and shoot it down the battlefield. But yeah, just cheap plastic tanks. So you don't have to spend a lot of money doing this. You can get in pretty cheap. And then now let's do our print of the day. The Gigarus. So I've been working on this. I printed some little pinup art. Did a little transfer, put it on there, and started painting it to match the rest of the tank. I magnetized the top of it, put it on here. And again, this is the Gigarus tank. This is bigger than a Bane blade, but has all the little options. There's Mortars. You can connect there, connect there. So I'll show this off some more once I finish printing it. But this is a big tank. It's about the size of my head practically. I thought it was really ridiculous but fun. And so I'll compare that to the little rusty tank. You can see how big that is there. You know. You know, Commissar Gamza was just like, go big or go home. Let's just do something ridiculously huge. Nobody's tank is bigger than my tank. And then there's some turret options too. Here, I'll show you one of the other turret options. We have this big plasma turret option, which is pretty cool. I'm going to try to figure out how to do a glow effect on there. I'm still learning how to paint some of the effects that are out there. And I'll show you some of the sponsons. So you have, here's a sponson here. If you want some little anti-air. And you got this, or you could put one of these little Gatling guns there. And then you have the smaller ones that go here and here. There you go. So yeah, you can just completely annihilate your opponent with all these cannons in the game. So yeah, it's got a ton of options. No matter what you feel about Commissar Gamza, his Patreon's awesome. I mean, these tanks are really darn cool. Just to have these for your Imperial Guard army, and you can print as many of them as you want. I mean, you're not going to get a better deal. If you want to play Imperial Guard with miniatures and you can't afford the Games Workshop stuff, get some proxies. Who cares? They're awesome. Check it out. Okay, let's talk about the Alien role-playing game. So I've been collecting the Alien role-play game because I'm an Alien vs. Predator freak, and I really like this game. I have never played it, but the books are just beautifully printed. I love the design of them. They're very easy to read, very big print, and the artwork's pretty decent. And the cool thing is if you like Aliens and Predator series and all the Alien franchise stuff, this is pretty fun resource material if you want stuff from the Alien side of the lore. Now, yes, there is no Predator lore in these books at all. You're going to have to use your imagination when you're pulling those two together. Maybe this company will release a Predator roleplay game later. But in the meantime, you've got the Alien roleplay game. And if you love Geiger art, this just really fits that Prometheus Geiger look so darn well. And the resources are really neat because there's information and history about Weyland-Yutani and the other corporations that are battling each other that you don't hear about in the movies. There's also starter sets you can get and expansions. And some of them come with cards and maps and all that fun stuff. And if you just like Aliens in general, this is just fun to have because it has so much lore and so much depth to it that goes beyond the movies, but ties into the movies really well. So I like it. You should check it out. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video for today. Again, I'm the AVP Wargamer. Have fun because this time it's wargaming.